Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video, we're going to be talking about gaming headphones. And I don't say this often, but I'm absolutely in love with the EPOS H3 hybrid headphones. You have to watch the full review in order to understand why, but in addition to the specs and the features, we'll have our EBPMAN style call and audio quality test. So let's get right to it. So why do I love the EPOS H3 hybrid headphones? Well, these have a lot of features that solve for my lifestyle needs, and I'm sure they're going to be the same for you. First of all, the H3s feature audio mixing technology, which allows you to connect to a PC, a game console, and your cell phone at the same time. Now, this is crazy cool. What this means is that you can actually queue up a game, listen to the game, and at the same time be on a phone call, all streamed at the exact same time. This to me is a game changer, especially at least for the workflow and the things that I like to do. Now, the other thing that sets these apart is that it has a built-in DAC and amplifier. That means you don't have to worry about what kind of sound card you have to have the best audio experience because everything is included in this small package. Now, here's one other thing, and this is kind of like blew my mind. Watch this. You see this? I'm not going to break it. It has a removable magnetic boom mic. This is crazy cool. But not only does it have a removable mic, it also has a built-in mic too. So if I put this one away and I just use it just like this, it has a built-in mic too. Absolutely epic. Now from a compatibility perspective, these are super compatible across almost the entire ecosystem of devices. You have a USB cable that's going to allow you to connect this to a PC, a PS4, PS5, Mac, an iPad, you name it. They're Bluetooth, which means they're going to be able to connect to any device that supports Bluetooth, which that means PC, Mac, Xbox, PlayStation. It could do also the Nintendo Switch, all those devices as well. Now that's all possible because again, you have so many different connection options. So just think about all the devices that you have or all of the consoles that you have. You basically have the ability to connect via a 3.5mm jack. You have the ability to connect via a USB, and then you also have the ability to connect via Bluetooth. That really opens up the spectrum of devices that this headphone can connect to. And again, it gives you the flexibility to be connected to your cell phone as well. Now from a battery life perspective, you can expect Bluetooth to get anywhere from 37 to 41 hours. It really depends on your use case, right? Because you have all these combinations. You can have the 3.5mm jack connected. You can have the, I'd say the USB connected with the actual Bluetooth going. And depending on your combination, it could drop as low as 19 hours or it could go as high as 37 hours. So there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to the actual use of the headphones. The other thing is that these are running Bluetooth 5.2, so you're not going to have any kind of issues with latency or any kind of issues with sync. You also have 40mm drivers. Now from an audio perspective, as we mentioned, in addition to having the DAC built in and the amp built in, you're going to be able to experience 7.1 surround sound. Now, the cool thing about this as well is that it has this boom mic, which is, again, a detachable directional or bidirectional mic. Now, in addition to that, the headphone itself has a pinhole mic as well. Now, you could expect that the audio quality is not going to be the same as with the boom mic, but the fact that you have two mic sources, depending on what you're going to do, if you're going to have it on the go or not, is absolutely fantastic. Now, that coupled with all of the different connection options, and then also the EPOS software that you can have on your PC, right, or on your Mac, really takes your audio experience to the next level. Now, in addition to your headphones, you're going to have a couple cable options. You have your 3.5 audio cable. You have a USB-A to USB-C connector, and then you have this little cap, right? This little cap right here is going to allow you to cover your headphone if you remove this magnetically attached boom mic. So if you take this off, what you can do is you put this little cap on there to keep it covered so it doesn't look weird or anything like that. Pretty cool. Now, as you take a closer look at the headphones themselves, they pretty much look like the H3 line from EPOS. And as you guys know, they have great sound signature. Bass, mids, and highs are present. Nothing competes with each other. And we're going to be doing a EBPMAN style audio and call quality test very soon. But let's talk about some of the features that you have going on in the headphone itself. The headphone itself, we'll start with the very top here, the actual headband. You have a a leather-like material in the inside. And one of the things that you're going to notice here is that it has kind of like this indentation right here. Well, this is done on purpose, and it's by design to reduce the kind of pressure at the very tip of your skull. So that's a design feature. And then you can see that you have the memory foam going all the way around it. Now, the actual cups themselves, the earpieces, they're removable. You can remove them and swap them out, especially after long use and wear. And they're made out of two materials, which is also by design. First of all, you have kind of like a suede material on the inside, and then you have the leather-like material on the outside. That's done to keep your ears cool. You know, the worst thing that you can have is to have, when you're wearing headphones, to have them overheat. I actually hate that. So the two materials are going to accomplish that. Now, fully adjustable. And you can see, you know, you have like the little measurements, and you can hear that little clicky sound on each side. You also then have here, you can see your pinhole mic. You have your power button. You have, again, sensors here, USB-C, headphone jack, and then on the back here, you have your Bluetooth multifunction button. Now, if you connect this to a PC and you're using the EPOS software, this is going to have a lot of other capabilities that you will be able to configure. So it's going to give you a lot of different options. Now, again, very, very flexible, not really vice-like, and it's relatively lightweight. Now, if I were to put these on, let's go ahead and adjust this, and I'll turn to the right so you can see what it looks like, and I'll turn to the left. They look like standard headphones, right? They don't have a lot of gap here, which I like, because I've seen some of the headphones that I have like come out really, really, really wide. And when you think about your actual boom mic here, the boom mic you can adjust. It has an adjustment here, but what I always advise is you have it 2 fingers away from your mouth. That's going to really prevent you being overly loud, right, and popping a lot. So two fingers like this, and then you should be fine. Now, they also feature a lift to mute. So just by going like this, that's muted. Bring it back, and you're there. Now, on the side here, you have a dial. Let me go back and show you this dial. This dial is going to be your volume dial, and then this is going to allow you to adjust things. Now, for those of you who are curious about the audio quality, bass, mids, and highs are present. Nothing is overwhelming each other. The surround sound, 7.1 is absolutely fantastic. Gameplay, you're very immersed because you hear everything that's going on around you. And like I mentioned, for me, the stellar piece is the Bluetooth capabilities. Being able to have a Bluetooth connection going, and then also what's going on a PC at the same time is absolutely fantastic. So let's take a look at the audio quality test next. So make sure you're wearing some headphones or earbuds so you can hear what we heard.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different, still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments, doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors, they kinda tell me what I'm thinking.
Now next we're going to do a call quality test of the EPOS H3 hybrids in a quiet environment, and this is going to apply also to a chat so you can see how they sound. And as you take a look at our decibel readings, anywhere between 27 and 28 decibels of noise. It's going to switch. Now this is what the EPOS H3 hybrids would sound like in a quiet environment. This is a test, 1, 2, 3, this is our test. Next we're going to try wind in the environment. This is what the EPOS H3 hybrids would sound like with wind in the environment. This is a test. This is our test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now next we're going to do our call quality test of the EPOS H3 hybrids in a noisy environment. And as you see here, our decibel readings are anywhere between 42 and 79 decibels of noise. What we're going to do is we're going to switch to the EPOS H3s. We're going to stay quiet for a little bit to see how much is being blocked out, and then we'll continue the audio test. Let's go and switch. Now this is what the EPOS H3 hybrids sound like in a noisy environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. And this is what the EPOS H3 sound like if there was an infant crying in the background. This is what the EPOS H3 sound like with an infant in the background. Now, if you're wondering what the EPOS sound like if there's a dog barking in the background, this is what they would sound like with a dog barking in the background. Now, if you're wondering what the EPOS H3 sound like if a doorbell were to ring in the background, this is what they would sound like if the doorbell was ringing in the background. Now, for those of you who are curious about what the mic quality is like without the boom mic, this is what they would sound like without the boom mic in a quiet environment. Now, for those of you who are curious about the noise quality using just the mic that's built into the headphone, if there was a noisy environment, this is what they would sound like with only the mic built into the headphone in a noisy environment. So guys, that wraps up our review of the EPOS H3 hybrids. See you in the next video.